said to him, "Sir," I said, "you don't belong in a casting office. You're nothing but a chuckle-headed idiot," I said. Oh, Clancy.
Yeah?
I'll have another.
What are you drinking?
What am I drinking, kind friend?
Beer this time.
Make it whiskey neat.
This is the last drink you're going to have on me. You don't want to get drunk, do you?
Aye, cockeyed. And I've just caused too, asking me, Rexford Whittington, to strut before a celluloid chewing camera as a spear carrier. A spear carrier. Look you, I told the wretch. Rexford Whittington. And always build above the play. And I showed him my pictures. Fairly recent they are, too. Here I am as Othello, the jealous Moor of Venice. And my Romeo. The rafters echoed nightly with applause. What say you, kind host?
You've had enough. So you're in here mooching drinks again, are you?
Murphy, my good fellow.
Here. You better take this with you. Now, off with you.
I thank you.
Now, Mr. Whittington, you run along home and sleep it off like a nice fella.
Oh, Murphy, I am momentarily bereft of funds.
Huh?
In the language of the rabble, I am broke, flat busted. All I ask, kind friend, is a loan.
Not a cent. Now, you beat it or I'll have the cop run you in.
There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats. For I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass by me like the idle wind which I respect not.
You tell him, Shakespeare. Oh, it's you, is it? A nice old duffer like you getting himself drunk.
A civil tongue, my plumed friend. I like not your patronizing manner.
You'd ought to be ashamed of yourself, Rummy.
Whittington, sire. Rexford Whittington. And always build above the play. Good day, sir.
Wait a minute. I'd better take you home.
Hey, look! Look, it's Rummy. We better tell Ginger her uncle's being picked. Come on! Okay, let's go. Johnny. Oh, there. Come on, hurry up. Quick, snappy. We haven't got much time to lose. Hurry up, quick. Oh, gee, I hope this works.
Come on, Phil. Step on it.
Oh, but I'll have that money for you as soon as I finish the dress. Oh, please, I'll give you
I'm tired
the...
of your promises. If you want that machine, you come down to the office and pay what you owe. Good day, madam. You better come down and pay that bill.
There. That'll fix it. You won't take no more machines away from nobody around here anymore. Ginger! Hey, Ginger! Ginger Tracy! What do you want? They're picking your uncle! Are you sure? Yeah, we just seen the cop taking him away. Hurry up! Oh!
So, maybe you put that loafer in jail. That's where a good fanatic belongs.
Yeah, will you mind your own business, Schultz?
Thou gore-bellied snipe. You shall pay dearly for this.
Come on.
There he is!
Better you pay me what you owe, you loafer.
Give him. Now give him. Bring it. Go on. Give him.
You have no special business. There, the kid.
lying around when I took my bath, did you? Hey, wait a minute! I'm not through drying you. Come here. Johnny! Come out there, you bad dog. You know I've got to get you dry. Come on. Get out there. Come here. Come here. Hold still. Stay up there. I ought to put you back in the gutter where I picked you up. But sometimes you're sweet and most of the time you're bad. Did I get the fleas off you, huh? Ah, you good old doggy.
Look at your child. Freshly scrubbed and as shiny as a new nickel. What is it, Ginger? Has the dog got your tongue?
You know what it is, all right.
Oh, I thought we'd done with that dull theme.
Are you or ain't you gonna tell me the truth?
The truth. Ah, yes. How well Shakespeare expressed it. Truth is truth to the end of reckoning.
You were at Murphy's. Yeah? Uncle Rex, what am I gonna do with you?
Don't blame me, my sweet. Blame those miserable fools at the casting office.
What? You mean you got a part? Tell me, what did they say, Uncle Rex? What happened?
They offered me a role in the cinema. The cinema.
Movie pictures?
That's why I sought heady consolation at Murphy's.
Oh, gee, you would have been split. You would have knocked them off their seats. Why didn't you take it, Uncle Rex?
What, I? Rexford Whittington? Who trod the boards when Sir Herbert Tree was a name to mock the groundlings? I play in the cinema? Behold my agitated image flickering on a silvered bedsheet? Hear my voice rend the air with robustious noises? Never. Such antics are for ambitious fights, but not for Rexford Whittington. Always build above the play.
Wait, wonderful, wonderful. Encore, encore. We want more, Uncle Rex. More, please.
What wouldst thou have me play? Dark and melancholy Hamlet? Poor, betossed King Lear?
Play Romeo. Please, Uncle Rex. Play Romeo.
Yes, I'll play Romeo. But you must be my Juliet. For you are truly my own dear Juliet.
I should be sore at you for going to Murphy's. But you're such a sweet guy.
Come, let us repair to the balcony without.
To the balcony without.
See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Oh, me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night being o'er my head, as is a winged messenger of heaven unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on thee, when he bestrides the lazy-facing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Thank you, neighbors. How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but, sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here. Egbert! 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 Where are you? Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say. Egbert! Mother's calling you! Hey! Sneaky! Your mother wants you! Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word.
Her name is Jeanette Tracy. She lives with an uncle, a Mr. Whittington.
Oh, yes, Mum. They live in the top floor.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I swear that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon.
I'll break your neck, thou black-hearted cullion.
Oh, why don't you go hire a hall, you big...
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt...
Mr. Whittington. Mr. Whittington.
Hark! What strange voice summons me?
Mr. Whittington.
Good evening.
Are you Mr. Whittington?
Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you?
There's some questions I want to ask you. I'm a probation officer.
Oh. Won't you sit down?
No, thank you. You have an 8-year-old girl living here, Jeanette Tracy. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. And you'd have to walk a long way to find a sweeter child.
That's what I'm here to see you about. Do you know why she hasn't been attending school?
Not attending school?
No, this report shows that she is an habitual truant.
Oh, there must be some mistake.
There's no mistake. Another thing, Mr. Whittington. The report shows that you are not a proper guardian for the child.
I'm not a...
You drink constantly. You've no visible means of support. In fact, you haven't worked for some time.
Uncle Rex? I didn't know we had company. Had such a lovely company. You're a movie actress, ain't you?
Oh, no, child. No, I'm not.
You're so beautiful. I thought maybe you were. I thought you were one of the actresses come up to visit us. You see, my Uncle Rex has a swell job in the movies now.
Is this true?
Sure it's true. And we've got everything we want. Look. Mulligan stew. That's swell, grub. Won't you stay and have dinner with us tonight?
No, thank you, dear. When did you get this position?
He got it this afternoon.
Yes. There was some question about salary. We argued for a while, but then my terms were finally met.
Well, Mr. Whittington, I hope this means better prospects for you and Jeanette. Or I warn you, she'll be taken away from you.
Oh, everything's going to be ooky-doke, because Uncle Rex is going to get plenty of dough, and I'm going to go to school every single day. That is, except Saturdays and Sundays.
Well, then, if you promise to be a very good little girl, and you show that you can take care of her...
Oh, I will, I promise you.
Then I'll try and arrange it so that you may have another chance.
Oh, gee, lady, you're so well.
I'm very grateful to you, madam.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, madam.
Boy, we certainly put that over, didn't we?
We? You mean you? You put me in a terrible predicament.
Yeah, I know. Now you gotta take that job. Because that dame looked like she made business.
You? Why haven't you been going to school?
Well, I'm going to from now on. From now on, Uncle Rex, no more hooky, no more fights, no more nothing. And you know, you're gonna be great as a movie star.
I know. But the movies.
Oh, they're keen. They got all kinds of swell people in the movies. Here, let me show you one. Say, you're about the only person that would ever get me to go to a party. Why, I suppose I'll have to wish him many happy returns of the day. But why anybody wants to go on living these days, oh, dear, I just can't imagine.
Spare me.
Hey, wait a minute. And then there is,
Oh, oh, Janet. I did not see you at first. You were so little. Will you please take my Macintosh? It is very wet, for I have been fishing with Clark Gable. Have you a little corner where I can be by myself? Oh, no. Don't introduce me to anyone, please. I just want to be alone. Oh, I just want to be alone.
Oh, Thespis, what sins are committed in thy name?
You see that casting director tomorrow, and I'll start back to school. What do you say?
Very well, I'll look him up. I'm afraid he might be angry. You see, I lost my temper and...
Uncle Rick, the mulligan stew!
Oh! Oh, what a disaster! A disaster! Oh!
Is Uncle really in the pictures, Ginger? Sure he is. Hey, Ginger, let me carry your books. And he's a general in this picture. With medal? Sure, way down to here. And he's got a swell uniform. He came home with it last night. He's got a hat with a towel hanging in the back. What for? He's with the Foreign Legion, and that's what they wear. Oh. Here, Jen, say goodbye. Hey, Ginger, want a bottle of soda pop? Sure, come on. Bottle of soda pop, please. Strawberry. In this picture, my uncle is surrounded by air. A lot of them? Oh, millions of them. But he ain't afraid. He licks them all. Alone? No. Give me another bite.
Right here.
He has his gang with him. You know, the other soldiers. And then my uncle got shot in the arm. Does he bleed? I don't know. He ain't been shot yet. But that makes him mad. So at night, he wakes up his gang and says, "Hey, fellas, look what them dirty Arabs did to me." And then they surround the Arabs and shoot them. Ooh. Wow. Now, can I have an autographed picture of your uncle? Why are you giving? This ring, made out of genuine horsehair. Okay.
Ice cream cone, Joe. Double-decker. Hi, Ginger.
Hello.
I just seen your uncle. Boy, that's some uniform.
Ain't it, though?
How about getting us some free movie tickets?
Right here.
I can't get you no free movie tickets just 'cause my uncle's a picture star.
Picture star? You're goofy. He's hawking down in front of the Bijou Theater. That's what he's doing.
That's a lie, and you know it is. Go on, take it back.
I won't either, 'cause that's what he's doing. You don't have to believe me. Go on out and see for yourself. Or maybe you're afraid.
I'll show you who's afraid, and I'll show you what you get for lying, too. Come on, gang.
I ought to take a suck at you.
Step this way, folks. See this stirring drama of two madcaps.
Oh, go peddle it somewhere else.
It might have been good.
Step this way, folks.
Hey, why are you chasing all the customers away? What's the matter for you? You got no pep? You sick?
I'm all right.
Look how you make the speech.
Step this away, folks, and see the move on page.
That's not the way. Why don't you do in this way?
Step this way, folks, and see this beautiful picture, this marvelous modern picture, this extraordinary... For full 20 years, I trod the boards and gave good grace and manners to Will Shakespeare's words. And now, you tell me my speech is bad.
I don't say your speech was bad. I just say he's rotten.
Thou knavish poltroon! Avast thee!
This man, he tried to kill me. He tried to break my head. I want you to arrest
Mercy? There, what'd I tell you? Movie actor, huh? That's a hot one.
Carry your own books and give me back my ring.
You don't tell me about it. Never mind, never mind.
Legs!
I didn't mean to lie, child. They turned me down at the casting office. I took this job so that I could keep you.
We haven't got all day. Come along.
Hey, you can't pitch him. Let him alone. He didn't do nothing.
Run along, little girl.
All right, in you go. Come on, pile in.
Bronco's a movie actor.
They're charged with assault and battery, and with disturbing the peace. Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor. But may I say just one word?
Well, what is it?
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives.
$30 or 30 days. Take him away. Next case.
I'll get that doing correct. I'm guilty. I know that. You just say if I don't.
Don't you worry, child. Uncle Rex will be out soon. And you ask Mrs. Monahan to take care of you.
Yes.
It's going to be all right. Don't you worry, no, darling.
Leave me alone. Take your hands off of me. Uncle Rex, I'll get that $30.
Anna, come up. Oh, du lieber Augustin, alles ist gut. Oh. Something's wrong. My breastplate. Look, Joe. Some crook stole my doormat and breastplate and everything. What are you complaining about? Look what someone did to me. Cho cái khoa mũi thì có cái mà bị trồng chẳng cái sọc trong chính cái tay em đấy cả.
What are they going to do to me? You'll find out when you go before the judge in there.
Now, see here, Joe. I want you to tell me the truth. But don't tell me the truth if you don't feel like it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, why did you steal that car?
'Cause I felt like it, that's why.
You knew it was wrong, didn't you?
Sure, but I wanted to ride so I could get some fresh air.
That'll be all.
Quaint, isn't he?
3 terms in a detention camp, a year in the reformatory. Well, I'm afraid that quaint isn't exactly the right word for it, Mrs. Parker.
No, I guess not.
Well, that boy's bad, right through. Not all the children who appear before me are delinquents. It's merely a matter of environment with them. Well, you might say parental neglect.
Oh, yes. And I've a chapter on that very subject in the book I'm writing. Yes, I'm calling the book, Are Children Really Human?
Well, are they?
Yes. Oh, yes. At least my little boy is human.
Jeanette Tracy. Now, here's a case that may interest you. Jeanette Tracy, age 8, parents now dead, were actors. Lives with former associate of parents, one Rexford Whittington, whom she believes to be her uncle. Charge petty theft.
An 8-year-old thief. Oh, how utterly appalling.
Sit there, please.
What's your name?
Ginger. I mean Jeanette Tracy. But everybody calls me Ginger, sir.
You're scared, aren't you, Ginger?
Boy, and how.
Well, you don't need to be scared of me, Ginger. I'm Judge Rogers. This is Mrs. Parker.
How do you do, sir? How do you do, man?
You know why you're here, Ginger?
Yes, sir. For stealing Leafon's copper and the Dutchman's doorknob and a lot of other junk.
You know that people are punished for stealing.
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess there's nothing for me to do, Ginger, but to punish you.
Yes, sir.
What do you think I ought to do with you?
Put me in jail.
In jail?
Yes, sir. For 30 days with my Uncle Rex.
You mean Rexford Whittington?
Yes, sir. He got 30 days because he didn't have $30. That's why I stole that stuff, Judge, to pay his fine.
Why is Uncle Rex in jail, Ginger?
Oh, some argument he got into when I wasn't around. You see, Judge, he really can't take care of himself. Oh, he's a pretty big guy. Stand up a minute, will you, Judge? Oh, he's about your size, but still he can't take care of himself. Oh, please, Judge, give me 30 days.
Well, now, you let me think it over, Ginger. You wait outside like a good girl. She is undoubtedly guilty of petty theft, and I have every reason to commit her to an institution. And yet, it would be a shame.
A shame?
You see, she's really a good child. Her motive proved that. Now, if I were to make her a public charge, she'd assimilate habits and manners that would tend to make her a menace to society.
Oh, yes. Children of that age are so easily influenced by their surroundings.
All she needs, really, is the right environment, the proper attention. If only some understanding person, some public-spirited woman would interest herself in the child.
Why, I'd gladly take
Oh,
her.
I didn't mean to suggest that you assume her custody.
Oh, but it's a magnificent idea. I've lots of room at my house, and I'm sure Mr. Parker wouldn't mind at all.
Why, that's very generous of you.
Besides, I feel that my little boy would be a great help to her. Hamilton is a model young man, you know.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Thank you so much, Mrs. Parker.
Come on, dear. Gwyn, place those boxes in the spare bedroom, the one at the head of the stairs.
Yes, madam.
Now, come along. Oh, Marie? Oh, Marie? Oh. Have Pierre, Mademoiselle, and the others come to the drawing room at once. Oh, Hamilton. Hamilton, dear. Hamilton, darling.
Presently, Mother dear, I'm in the midst of a very difficult arpeggio.
All right, dear. Well, now that you're all here, I want you to know Jeanette and to like her. You see, she's going to be with us for quite some time. And
30 days, and then my Uncle Rex will be out.
only rude little girls interrupt, dear. And you're not going to be a rude little girl, are you?
No, ma'am.
No. Now, you go over there and sit down. And I want you all to treat her as though she were actually a member of the family.
Oh.
That'll be all. Jeanette, from now on, this is your home.
Oh, hello, Mother dear. Sorry I kept you, but I just had to make myself presentable.
Jeanette, this is my son, Hamilton.
Hello.
fond, I'm sure.
Jeanette is going to be our house guest for a while, and I expect you to watch over her. Now, will you entertain her while Mother changes?
I'd be delighted.
Go ahead.
I beg your pardon.
I said, go ahead. Entertain me.
Shall I show you my study?
Sure. I'll take a hinge at it.
A what?
Oh, well, just skip it. Come on. Gee, you're a funny kid, Blubber.
My name is Hamilton.
Go on. You can fool your old lady, but you can't fool me, Blubber.
Aren't you being very infantile?
What?
I said, aren't you being very infantile?
Come again.
What's wrong with you? Can't you hear me?
Sure. I don't know what you're talking about, but I like the way you say it.
This is my study now. It was Pater's room.
Whose?
My father's.
Oh, your old man. Why didn't you say so?
He smokes a horrible pipe and stains everything with nicotine.
What nicotine?
Nicotine, a characteristic alkaloid element of tobacco plants.
I dare you to say that in front of Butch or Stinky.
Please.
What's the matter?
Your language, it's so uncouth.
Hey, Blubber, are you a foreigner?
Of course not.
Then why don't you talk English?
My tutor says my English is faultless. That's because I've read a lot. I've perused all those volumes.
Well, what do you know? Look, Romeo and Juliet. I know this by heart. Listen. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? That's Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
Well, what's the matter with Shakespeare?
My tutor says he stole all these plays from Sir Francis Bacon.
He did not.
He certainly did.
Do you think my uncle would act in Shakespeare plays if they were swiped?
All the same, my tutor says they were stolen.
Oh, your tutor don't know what he's tooting about.
He certainly does. He knows more than your uncle.
Oh, yeah? How you going to prove it?
We'll have you meet your uncle. We'll find out.
Okay.
Where is your uncle?
Oh, the wise guy. Well, wouldn't you like to know where he is? Well, who's studying to be an angel?
Here. I play the harp, if that's what you mean. Do you want to hear me?
I should say not. Who wants to hear that thing?
What's wrong with the harp? It's one of the oldest musical instruments.
Say, why don't you trade it in and get yourself a harmonica or a fiddle?
Why should I do that?
You're going to have a tough time lugging that thing over those fences.
What fences?
Backyard fences. You're going to play for pennies and nickels, ain't you?
I should say not. I'm going to appear in concert. My tutor says I'm a virtuoso. He says I've remarkable digital dexterity.
Get a load of this.
Here, what are you doing?
And I never had a lesson in my life.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Blake? May I speak to Mr. Parker, please? Yes, thank you.
Mrs. Parker on the phone, Mr. Parker.
Hello, darling.
Oh, hello, Daniel, dear. Guess what I've done?
I know. You've bobbed your hair.
I did that 5 years ago, silly. No, I brought a little girl home. She's from the slums.
Now, isn't that nice? And what are you going to do with this little girl from the slums?
She's a delinquent, and I'm going to reform her. You see, now I can put all my theories on child behavior into practice. She should be excellent material for my book.
Oh, this kid's to be a human guinea pig for your experiments, eh? Now, you listen to me, Elizabeth. You made one glorious mess out of Hamilton with your phony ideas. It's too late to do much about that now. But this kid, you send her right back where she came from. To the stork, if necessary, but you send her back.
I'll do nothing of the kind. I don't interfere with your work, and you're not to interfere with mine.
Now, Elizabeth. Elizabeth! Lizzie! Lizzie!
No!
I can't scrub you if you don't sit still.
That's okay with me, lady. Hey, watch out with that poker,
Now,
will
don't
you?
move around. Just sit still a minute.
Help! I'm toasting! Oh, I'm on fire!
It's all right, dear.
Never seen such dirty fingers in all my life. Why, they're
Ouch! You hurt my paws with that thing.
I'm sorry. Not every child in the slums can have manicured nails, you know.
I should say not. Boy, oh boy. What would my gang do to me if they saw these mitts like this?
Oh, Daniel, you were exceedingly rude to me over the telephone. I hope you're sorry.
I am not sorry.
What?
I mean it. I'm tired of these freaks you bring home to this nut farm.
That'll be just about enough, Daniel. Come fasten my necklace.
I mean it. I'm tired of it, sick of it, fed up on it. I even hate fiddle players when they're clean, but this...
Oh, don't say a word about Misha. He was a genius with his fingers.
I'll say he was. Everything he touched was gold. My gold.
Oh, your hands are in your pockets again, Daniel.
And that long-haired poet.
Ah, poor Horace. He had such beautiful dreams.
Dreams nothing. He had sleeping sickness. He slept here for 3 months.
Are you complaining because I gave shelter to a poor, hungry poet?
A hungry moth, you mean? He stole 3 of my best suits. I hope he gets indigestion eating. Now, see here, Lizzie.
What did you call me?
I mean Elizabeth. You get rid of this kid. No matter how bad she is, she deserves a better break.
Jeanette is going to stay here just as long as I want her
But
to.
you...
The subject is closed. Daniel, have you been drinking?
I have not. But it's a swell idea.
Why, Daniel.
Hey, you, come here. What's the chances of getting a drink of water around here?
Find water in your room.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Thanks. You're a waiter here, ain't you?
Huh? Oh, yes, sort of.
How's the grub in this joint?
Only fair.
I thought so. I don't think I'm gonna like it here.
Why not?
On account of Mrs. Park Avenue and blubber.
What?
Mrs. Park Avenue. You know, the dame who runs this barn.
Oh. Who's Blubber?
The harp player. Now I ask you.
Oh, oh Blubber.
Come on over. Tell me something. What's your name?
Dan. And you're Jeanette, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, you can call me Ginger. That's kind of a nickname. Listen, Danny, old boy. What's Mr. Park Avenue like?
Oh, you mean Mr. Parker?
Yeah.
Well, he's a sort of a...
Don't tell me. Any guy with a wife and kid like that.
Sure. I know.
Well, anyways, I'm only going to be here 30 days, and then I'll blow.
Blow?
Yeah. Uncle Rex will be out by then.
Where's he?
You're a nice guy, and I'll level with you. He got into a jam, and he didn't have $30, and...
You mean he's in jail?
Yeah. And Danny, that guy's got me worried still. You see, some people don't know him like I do, and they make fun of him. The big lugs. He's liable to get in another fight if I'm not around.
Come here, Ginger. Now, maybe I can do something about getting him out.
You mean put up the dough?
Sure.
Oh, gee, that'd be great, but... No. Skip it.
Skip it?
Yeah. You know, 30 smackers ain't so much for the hi-hats to shell out, but it's an awful lot of dough for a waiter. Thanks just the same, Danny, old boy.
Oh, I beg your pardon, Mr. Parker. Dinner, sir.
Thanks, Gwen.
Mr. Parker? Mr. Parker? Well, for crying out loud.
That's all right, Ginger.
Oh, I'm awful sorry about what I said. I mean about Mrs. Parker and Hamilton.
Now, I wouldn't worry about that either.
You mean no squawk?
No squawk.
Say, you're an all right guy, Mr. Parker.
What did you call me?
I mean, Danny. Put her there, pal.
I'm sorry I lost my temper, dear. I had a hard day at the office and I said a lot of things I didn't mean.
Well, you were really very hurried, and I shouldn't accept your apology.
Now, Elizabeth, about this child.
Daniel, you may as well make up your mind that Jeanette is here and here to stay.
You insist on that?
I most certainly do.
Very well. Then she stays. We'll get her boots and breeches and teach her how to ride. We'll get the old boat out of dry dock and we'll all go sailing. Then we'll all...
Do nothing of the sort. Now, suppose you just let me take care of her. You see, dear, you know absolutely nothing about children, and I do.
Well, what do you say?
I don't want to do it.
Oh, go on. Don't be afraid of cats. You won't get hurt.
How do you know I won't?
Because it's so easy. Now, look, you watch me and follow me. See what I do. First, you get on like this. See how easy it is? And now... Ow! Oh. See? It's a cinch. Boy, look at all them tools. Here, the waiter gave me too many.
Put those down, dear. You're going to use those for your dinner.
Did you mean all of them?
Oh, yes, of course. Not with your fingers, dear. Use a spoon. Watch Hamilton.
Is he here?
Of course I'm here.
Oh.
Oh, Ginger. Molly?
Sure, I'll take a change.
Jeanette, not with a fork, dear. Use your fingers. Watch Hamilton. Now, place your olive pit on your plate.
I can't. I just swallowed it. Say, that's kind of cute. What is it?
Too close.
You don't say.
Not with your fingers, dear. Use a fork. Oh, why don't you watch Hamilton? Please.
How can I, with that garden in the way?
Gwen, remove the flour.
Thanks, Danny.
Danny? Well, really, I wonder what you'll be calling me. Well, what is it, Jeanette?
First he uses his fork and then his fingers. Why don't you make up your mind?
Jeanette!
You eat it any way you like.
Daniel!
You've got the poor child so worried she hasn't eaten a thing. Go ahead, darling.
Whoops! Jeanette!
Now, really, you don't see Hamilton doing that. Jeanette!
Here, waiter. You can take this away.
Don't you want your food, Ginger?
Say, you ought to get my Uncle Rex to cook you some mulligan stew.
Mulligan stew.
No kidding, Mrs. Parker. When my Uncle Rex gets out, we're going
Jeanette,
to have a fun.
I want you to forget about that man. For one thing, it'll be some time before he's out. And for another, he's not your uncle.
What's the gag?
Gag? I don't know what you mean.
What's the big idea saying Uncle Rex ain't my uncle?
Oh, well, he took charge of you when your parents died. But that hardly makes him a relative.
Elizabeth.
That's a lie. That's what it is, a lie. Danny, did you hear what he said?
Oh, go to your room at once.
I'll be glad to. Because who wants to stay down here and listen to a bunch of rotten lies?
Ginger.
Daniel, don't you dare encourage that wicked child.
What you don't know about children would fill a book.
What?
Yes, a book written by anybody but yourself.
Oh, Father, you know right.
Oh, shut up. Blubber.
Father!
There, sweetheart. Everything's going to be all right.
Oh, Daddy, how can your old lady tell such terrible lies?
Oh, sweetheart, she didn't mean what she said.
Everybody knows Uncle Rex is my uncle. Or else, why should I be calling him Uncle Rex for?
Of course he's your uncle. Now, Ginger, I've something very important to tell you. But you must stop crying first. Well?
I'm willing, but my eyes ain't. Okay, Daddy.
Now, I'm going to see if I can get your Uncle Rex out.
Gee, on the level? Do you really mean it, Danny?
I may not be able to, but I'm going to try.
Oh, next, Uncle Rex, you're the swellest guy in the whole wide world. Say, Danny,
Well,
will you just please do me one more favor?
anything you want.
Johnny must be hanging around my house. Will you get him for me?
Who's Johnny?
My dog.
Oh, so you have a dog?
Have I got a dog? He's the best poochie. Oh, you ought to see him. He's swell.
Well, what breed is Johnny?
Huh?
I mean, is he a Scotty or a Spaniel or a Terrier or...
Yeah,
Yeah, what?
he's all of them. You want to know something?
What?
If you get Uncle Rex out and find Johnny for me, we'll have a party. Just the four of us.
You, me, Uncle Rex, and Johnny?
Yeah, and my Uncle Rex will cook us some mulligan stew.
Oh.
Say, maybe you don't like mulligan stew.
Oh, that's just about the swellest grub there is. I love it.
Okay, then. It's a bet.
It's a bet. All she keeps talking about is you. I just had to get you out, you see.
I'm ever so grateful, Mr. Parker.
You don't know what it means having her around. For the first time, I'm getting a kick out of staying at home. Oh, gee, but she's a great kid. I don't have to tell you that.
I never knew life could be so empty. To wake up and not see her there. To look across the table and not find her eating with me. And then at night, that's when it was off. I couldn't sleep. I missed her goodnight speech. Always before going to bed, she'd take my hand and say, "Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow."
Well, you'll be seeing her in a few minutes and taking her home. Oh, Gwen. Where's Jeanette?
In the drawing room, sir.
tell you what we'll do. We'll surprise her. You stay here.
Daddy! Where you been? Where'd you go? Oh, I missed you.
I've only been gone a short time.
Short time, nothing. It was hours and you didn't even kiss me goodbye.
I didn't? Well, here it is.
Gee, I'm certainly glad you're here all right. Boy, what a time I've had.
Oh.
First they give me a bath, and they know I had one only last night. And then at breakfast, flannel mouth, the waiter starts in.
You mean Gwen?
Yeah. Do you desire your eggs poached, scrambled, or fried? Perhaps you'd rather have an omelet with cheese, ham, or tomatoes.
What did you have?
By the time he finished, I wasn't hungry anymore.
I thought so. Come here, young lady. Sit down. I've got a surprise for you.
Oh, goody.
Now close your eyes.
Uh-huh.
And don't you open until I tell you to.
No.
Tight?
Uh-huh. Hurry up, Daddy. Hurry.
Ginger?
Oh, Jim! Uncle! Oh, sit right down here. Let me have your hat. Oh, gee. Oh. So that's where Danny's been all morning. Oh, gee, that guy's certainly tough, believe me.
You like him very much, don't you?
Boy, and how. He's a great guy, and I promised him a party.
Oh, you did, eh?
Yeah, and we're going to have some real grub. Oh, the food Mrs. Park Avenue.
Who?
I mean Mrs. Parker, the food she's been dishing out of this joint. It's a wonder I'm alive. I'll get my hat and coat, and I'll be down the jiffy. Wait a minute.
Ginger! Ginger!
What's the matter?
Ginger. Danny's a mighty fine man, isn't he?
Yeah, if it hadn't have been for him, I'd have walked out of this joint the day Mrs. Parker brought me here.
It's a lovely home.
Sort of iceboxy, if you ask me.
Much nicer than 9th Avenue.
I'll take 9th Avenue anytime. Uncle Rex, are you sick?
No, dear.
Then what's the matter?
Don't you think you're being just a little bit unappreciative? Mrs. Parker's being very kind to you.
Oh, sure. I didn't mean to make any cracks about her. She means all right, but having to get up on time and to eat on time and to go to bed on time, I feel just like an alarm clock. Honest, I don't like it. I want to be with you and where I can play around with all the gang.
Look at this beautiful dress. I couldn't get you anything like that. Just cheap clothes and mulligan stew?
That's just great. These fancy clothes are scratch me anyhow. And right now, I want some mulligan stew so bad. I can taste it. And we're getting out of here.
Ginger, I want you to take advantage of this opportunity that Mrs. Parker is offering you.
You mean you want me to stay here? You don't want me to go home with you?
Of course I do, dear. But I think that you ought to stay here. I can come up and see you any time.
Nothing doing.
But what about Danny?
Oh, he's a swell guy, but you're sweller. If he wants to see me, he can come up to our place.
You really want to go home with me? Hmm?
Oh, gee, Uncle Rex, you know I do. Now, you sit right here, and I'll go tell Daddy goodbye, and I'll be down in a jiffy. Oh, boy, we're going home. now. We haven't got time to play hide and seek. I bet you're behind that curtain. Ooh.
Hello, darling. How are you? Oh, I'm so happy to be here with you. How are you feeling today, dear?
Oh, much better.
Oh, we've missed you dreadfully. Brought you some flowers.
Ginger.
Daddy, I'm frightened.
Well, what is it?
We've made the rounds of all the theatrical offices and checked up on all the road shows. No Rexford Whittington.
Can't understand such a complete disappearance.
We've even covered the morgue. Nobody resembling these pictures.
Maybe he's left the country. Why don't you contact the steamship lines? Make arrangements with all the agencies in Canada and Europe. I want that man found, understand?
Yes, Mr. Parker. We'll do our best.
Okay.
Sauce, that's what it is. Let's scram.
No, we haven't finished practicing.
Oh, whoever heard of practicing on Thanksgiving Day? What's the use of having holidays if you can't have some fun?
The children are in the music room, sir.
Yes, I know. And Mrs. Parker?
She's preparing a basket for the poor.
A basket?
Of grub, sir.
That's all right, Gwen. Grub it is. Oh, Ginger.
It's Danny! Danny!
Hello, darling.
Well, any news?
Not a word.
What are we going to do?
Well, we're not giving up hope for one thing. We're bound to find him.
You said that 4 months ago.
Oh! What is going on in here? Oh, Hamilton, really, I don't know what's got into you lately. Daniel, I wish you'd take him in hand and give him a good talking to.
I most certainly will. Young man, you come with me. Hamilton, you've been acting a little hoodlum of late.
I'm sorry, Father.
Put her there, son.
Now yell for Mama.
Oh, I thought you respected it. Oh, it was not.
Secret.
Oh, the flowers, yes. Marie, these flowers are to be placed in the drawing room. And Gwyn, you'd better get the chairs ready and arrange them. Oh, Charles, I want you to take the basket that's in the kitchen to the Welfare Society. It's on 9th Avenue and
Yes, madam, I know where it is.
Yes. Oh, and Charles, you better take the children with you.
What's all the shooting for?
Why, I'm reading my finished manuscript to the members of my literary circle.
Oh, I see. Sort of a Thanksgiving Day turkey, eh?
What?
Skip it.
Oh, now, run along, children, run along. Oh, dear, I've so many things to do. Come on, Flubber. Okay, Toots.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. You used to live somewhere around here, didn't you?
Yeah.
You've been staring at everybody coming by. What's eating you?
Oh, nothing. Hey, mister, anything for Thanksgiving?
Beat it, beat it.
Oh, you stingy miser! Look, ain't that Ginger? Sure it is. Hello, gang. Well, for crying out loud. Come on, gang. Where you at? How are you? What boat you got, Ginger? What'd you say? That boat is of yours, Ginger? Hey, wait a minute. Have any of you kids seen my Uncle Rex around? Well, we all thought he's with you. Oh, I only wish he was.
Come on, you mutt. Quit pulling.
Johnny boy! Johnny boy! Where you been?
Give me back my dog.
He's my dog.
You mean he was your dog? Finders, keepers.
Yes,
He's
yes,
mine.
It's
my dog. Give me it back, boy. Take a shot. Give me that much. Come on, good luck.
Hey, you. Cut that out.
Who says so?
I say so.
Yeah, who are you?
I'll show you who I am.
Yeah, you and who else? You better give me back that mutt before I take a sock at
Hey,
you.
you let her alone.
Don't, Hamilton.
Oh, yoo-hoo. Heary me, Hamilton.
Come on, let's get in the car.
Me and myself, that's who else.
Don't, Butch. You get 10 years in jail for hitting a guy with glasses on.
I'm not afraid. I'll take them off. Here, hold these.
Please don't. He'll only knock your block off. Don't hit him too hard, Butch. He looks sort of delicate.
No, just hang a shiner on his lamp, that's all.
Yeah, I dare you.
You don't think I'd take a dare, huh?
I double dare you. I triple dare you to hang a shiner on my lamp.
Hamilton!
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Get up and fight, you big sissy.
What did you call me?
A sissy, that's what. Oh!
Had enough?
Yeah.
Here, what's going on? What's going on here?
Come on!
Were they picking on you, Hamilton?
Nah.
He just beat up Butch, the big kid. He did.
He did? Well, I'll be a...
Yeah, me too. Oh, Johnny boy, you're the sweetest, cutest, darlingest, dirtiest little thing I ever saw. Now, if we could only find Uncle Rex, everything would be okie-doke. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Come on, Johnny, go. Come on. Look, Gwen, look. I found my dog. I found him.
Mrs. Parker's reading.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But Ginger, it was not so easy to tame her. She was at the time a wild little animal raised in the jungles of New York's 9th Avenue. She was devoid of any manners and was appallingly ignorant of the most simple things. It took time to overcome her unfriendliness, but I was patient. I was fighting something infinitely stronger than the child, her environment. It is hard to realize that Ginger, now so well-mannered, was raised by a shiftless and thoroughly irresponsible person, an actor of dubious reputation. This disgusting creature drank constantly to the shameful neglect of the child. In fact, when he was arrested...
Don't you talk that way about my Uncle Rex. It ain't true, it ain't true. He's a swell guy, a great guy, if you want to know something.
Jeanette, how dare you?
If I'd had any sense, I would have fired him when he left this joint.
Oh.
I would have been with him now instead of here with this bunch of mugs.
Oh, you ungrateful girl, after all I've done for you.
Uncle Lonely, you're too busy writing a lot of junk to know anything about kids. Just look what you tried to do to Blubber. You tried to make a sissy out of him, and he's one keen little fighter, too. You and this bunch of frozen pans.
Oh, you'll be punished for this.
Oh, no, I won't, because I'm getting out of here. I'm going where I belong on 9th Avenue. Come on, Johnny.
Hey, Ginger, wait for Blubber.
We used to live on the top floor. No use going up there now. It's only empty.
Oh, let me have the sub.
That's a nice smell.
That's mulligan stew.
Certainly is a nice smell, all right.
Of course it's a nice smell. Why, the poor soul's half-starved, I says to myself. A bowl of stew'll do him a world of good.
Ain't you glad you ran away from home?
I certainly am. I'm getting kind of hungry.
Yeah, me too.
We'd always eat at this hour at home.
Say, you ain't sorry you came here.
Who, me? I should say not.
That's Johnny barking, ain't it?
I guess so.
What's the matter with him?
Here, Johnny boy, Johnny boy, Johnny boy.
What could be the matter?
Uncle Rex!
Oh, don't be mad at me, Uncle. Please. I'll be a good kid. Honest, I will. Oh. Uncle, what's the matter? Oh, Uncle Rex!
Oh, don't carry on like that. Hamilton's not lost. He left with Ginger.
Yes, but where is she?
Probably at her home. I have her address on my detective's report.
Horrid little brat. Oh, Daniel, you should have heard the dreadful things she said to me.
Well, I'm glad she did.
What? Oh, how can you?
Now, see here, Lizzie.
What did you call me?
You heard what I said, Lizzie.
Now, Daniel Parker, you listen to me.
I will not. You listen to me, Lizzie. The trouble with you is that you read a book once and you let it go to your head. From now on, you're going to act like a human being, understand?
How can you talk to me like that?
No.
I should have been with him. I should have taken care of him. Miss Monaghan, do you think he'll be all right?
Sure, 'tis only hunger that's got hold of him. That's all, child. He's just asleep.
Maybe I'll better wake him up and tell him I'm here to stay for good.
That's just what I do.
Uncle. Uncle, wake up. It's me, Ginger.
Oh, Hamilton.
How are you?
Where's Ginger?
She's in there with Mr. Whittington.
Oh, I was a dope to let you get away from me. But it'll never happen again. I swear it won't. By yonder blessed moon, I swear, that tips for silver all these fruit treetops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm awful sorry for what I said, Mrs. Parker.
No, no, Ginger, I'm the one who's sorry. I had a lot of strange notions about children, but you've shown me how foolish they were. And from now on, I'm going to act like a human being.
Oh, good for you, darling. Don't worry, we'll have you on your feet in no time, Mr. Whittington.
Rexford Whittington, and always build above the play.
Are you hungry, sonny?
In hell.
And a little drop of soup for you, Mr. Whittington.
Oh, thanks.
That's the getter.
There you are. What in the world is that?
Mulligan's stew. It's a nut.
What's that?
Hamilton's right. It is the nuts.
Well, I'll be...
Yeah, me too.